Cost accounting. This is our third class. Till now we have discussed what is meant by cost, some important definitions, costing, then cost accounting, what is cost accountancy. Then later we have discussed the objectives of cost accounting, right? Objectives of cost accounting. Then we have discussed the methods of cost accounting, techniques of cost accounting. Here we are having in the last two classes discussion revision that what is mean by important definition terms. Then later we have discussed the what is how cost accounting has come. It is one of the branches of accounting, that is financial accounting, managerial accounting, and cost accounting. Three types of accounting we need to do at degree level. So managerial accounting will be dealt in the 6th sem. Now in the 5th sem we are dealing cost accounting, and for the study purpose we have divided costing into three parts. One is elements of cost, next methods of cost accounting, and techniques of cost accounting. Cost accounting techniques are generally used for the purpose of cost control and cost measurement, whereas methods of cost accounting, that is depending upon the nature of the business, and from the nature of the business, how much cost is incurred, how much profit is earned by a business organization will be determined with the help of methods of cost accounting, because other two objects are cost control and cost reduction. Those two are with the help of techniques of cost accounting we will take care in the costing, whereas first objective, ascertainment of cost, determination of selling price, those two aspects will be determined with the help of methods of cost accounting. So next we have a discussion relating to the classification of cost, that is how cost has been classified on the basis of element wise. Is it getting zoom in, zoom out? Irfan, and so element wise classification first, that is material, labor, and expenses. Secondly, those material, labor, and expenses in relation with the product manufactured, direct and indirect costs. Direct costs are which are directly related with the production activity or product, which can be directly identifiable with the product, or expenses which are directly allocated or apportioned to the product or direct cost. Indirect cost means which directly cannot be attributable with the product, but they are apportioned later stages, because selling, distribution, administration, these all expenses which are not directly related with the production of the product, but indirectly support the product till the consumption and distribution and consumption stage. So that is those are called indirect expenses. Direct material, direct labor, direct expenses together called as prime cost. Indirect labor, indirect expenses, indirect material, material together called as overhead. And prime cost is solely a part of function wise. If you see function wise classification, production, administration, selling, distribution, research, these are the classification on the basis of function wise. Okay, in a organization. So production is directly related with the product. So all your direct material, direct labor, direct expenses will come under the production activity. Whereas if we see indirect labor, indirect expenses, and indirect material, these three together called as what? Overheads. So overheads, if you divide function wise, administration, selling and distribution expenses, research and development expenses. That was the classification relating to the cost on the basis of function. Next, we have discussed on the basis of variability, variable cost and fixed cost, semi-variable or semi-fixed cost. Variable cost means the cost which changes with the increase or decrease in the output. If your activity level increases or decreases, if your production increases or decreases, variable cost also will change in total. But variable cost per unit remains constant. Fixed cost, whether you sell 1,000 units or 10,000 units, whether you produce 1,000 units or 10,000 units, your fixed cost will remain constant in short run, not in long run. So fixed cost generally remain constant in total, but per unit fixed cost will change. That is also we have discussed in the last class. And what about semi-variable or semi-fixed cost? At particular level of activity, it will be fixed. Later on, it will change according to the change in the level of production activity. That is nothing but your semi-variable or semi-fixed cost. On the basis of variability, on the basis of time, we have discussed historical cost, budgeted cost or forecasted cost. These are the on the basis of sunk cost. These are time basis cost, okay, which are generally relevant for the decision making purpose. Those are the subjects of managerial accounting. So I said those will be discussed in a separate video. So I'll explain those. And abnormal and normal cost is there. Those also, whatever relevant, irrelevant cost for decision making are there. Those I'll upload separately. Don't worry about them, because here in the class we are focusing on important topics only. So I left first unit here itself, because objectives, functions, differences between cost accounting and managerial accounting, cost accounting and financial accounting, these are theory topics which we are having in first unit. If go on telling theory itself, it will take time. So I'll upload those related answers in the our YouTube channel. Aspirants YouTube channel is there, and there I'll provide you. So we have started our second unit, material, right? In the material, we were having theory as well as problem. So some theory concepts I will discuss here. Some theory concepts we will deal directly, I said. So one of the theory concepts which we are having, very important one, and in the last class we have already discussed is EOQ. EOQ means economic order quantity. So we did a problem also relating to EOQ. So economic order quantity under root 2AOYC. This is the formula for EOQ. At economic order size, at economic order size, your total inventory cost will be minimum or lower than any other order size. Okay, so that is what we have discussed. Here A denotes annual consumption, O denotes ordering cost per order, and C denotes carrying cost per unit per annum we need to take. For only one unit we need to take, that too for whole year per annum we need to take. So this is about EOQ, and there are other related formulas relating to EOQ. That is, one is number of orders to be, okay, number of orders to be placed. This is first formula. Second one, number of orders to be placed is your A, annual consumption or demand, whatever may be given, divided by order. And generally, EOQ, while doing EOQ problem, if any other order size is there, that we will take. Next point, our next thing we will going to calculate. Okay, I'll adjust. Frequency of orders, that is nothing but order size. If your order number of orders, whatever is there, if it is more than 12, we will take 365 days. If it is less than 12, we will take 12 months divided by number of orders, okay, to be placed. Okay, this is the relating to the frequency of orders. How many orders we are going to place to get annual consumption is this one. How much time gap will be there between one order and other order, that is frequency of order. Next, total ordering cost. Total ordering cost equal to number of orders into ordering order. For one order, how much cost we are going to spend into number of orders, you will get total ordering cost. Similarly, one more thing we need to calculate, total carrying cost. Total carrying cost means here we are having carrying cost per unit per annum, but here we require total carrying cost of inventory. So that is nothing but half of order size into carrying cost per unit per annum. This is what we need to find out. Okay. So these five are also interrelated with the EOQ. Sometimes in the exam, directly a big question based on EOQ will come, and he will ask you to calculate all these also along with the EOQ. Sometimes only short question will come, and in the short question, EOQ problem will be asked for 5 marks. Okay. So in today's class, I can surely say from 5 marks to 15 marks, whether theory or problems will come from today's class itself. If it comes for long question, 15 marks. If it comes from the short question, only for short question, then only 5 marks. Pata pattern అయితే 4 marks to 12 marks you will get. If same corona pattern is there, then 5 to 15. Otherwise, 4 to 12 marks you will get. One short and one long question, simply I am saying. If more than that comes, that is well and good. Generally, you will get this much from this topic. So whatever in today's class we are going to discuss, that is what I am going to say. So let us take one question relating to it. Here is a question. A manufacturer buys certain equipment from outside supplier at rupees 40 per unit. This is purchase price of a product. Total annual need are 5,000 units. How many units? 5,000 units. You too can write the question. The following further data are available annual return on investment 10%. Rent insurance per unit per year rupees 1 rupee. Cost of placing an order rupees 125. Is saying calculate EOQ, number of orders to be placed, frequency of orders, ordering cost, carrying cost. Okay, these formulas are there, these questions are there. Okay, in the question. What is saying? Calculate EOQ, number of orders, frequency of orders, total ordering cost and carrying cost. Why to write? That is why I just saying calculation of following things are required for them. This is the formula. So first understand the question, then later we can see about the answer. A manufacturer is buying certain equipment at rupees from a supplier 40. Okay, what is the price of the product? 40 rupees is the price. Total annual need 5,000 units are required. This is nothing but your A, annual consumption A. Further data is available. Annual return on investment 10%. Sir, ये क्या करना है? This is the forming part of your carrying cost. See, your carrying cost includes two things. One is storage cost plus finance cost. Suppose instead of buying the goods, if you put that money into your bank account, you are going to get 10% whatever amount you will put in the bank. So to that extent, financial income you are going to lose. So that is why here they'll consider that finance cost also as carrying cost part. So carrying cost includes one is storage cost, another one finance cost. I said cost may be real one or notional one. Here carrying cost includes two. One is storage cost, that is rent and insurance per unit per annum, that is per year. Suppose you are purchasing and storing say 100 units. For this 100 units you need to store. For that purpose rent and insurance are required. If any stock is destroyed, insurance company will pay. So for one unit, how much carrying cost of storage is required here, means that is ₹1, and plus finance cost is what is the price per unit you are paying. 40 rupees is the price, and what is the rate of return you are foregoing? 10%. So 40 into 10% is your finance cost, that is price into rate of return or investment. Okay, so this is the formula for finance cost. So it will be 1 plus 4, total 5 rupees is your carrying cost. Carrying cost is denoted with this C. A already we have got. అదేం రాదు, నువ్వేం టెన్షన్ తీసుకో. అప్గ్రేడ్ అయిపోయింది కదా. సో rent insurance per unit is also carrying cost, and cost of placing order is ₹125. This is your ordering cost per unit per annum. So we have got ordering cost per order O equals to ₹125, and carrying cost C equals to 5. Annual consumption equals to 5,000 units. Hope till here no doubt. From here on we will solve the problem. So first point we are going to solve first, that is EOQ, economic order quantity. Formula is 2AO by C, which equals to under root 2 into how many units are there? 5,000 units. A into ordering cost per order ₹125 divided by C, carrying cost per unit per annum ₹5 we have got. So it will be root over amount. Calculator. Two into 5,000 into 125. It is 12,50,000. Divided by ₹5. which implies root over 2,50,000. Root of 2,50,000, 500 units is your economic order quantity. If you purchase 500 units, there will not be any problem for you. Your total ordering cost and inventory carrying cost will be minimum, and total inventory cost will be minimum. So next question is asking number of orders to be placed. So that is we are going to see now. చెప్పు
అలో చేయండి నా రికార్డ్ కి.
We are having question number 2, that is number of orders to be placed equals to annual demand by order size. Annual demand divided by order size. Here is EOQ. We are taking EOQ. 5,000 units is annual demand. Order size is 500 units. So 5,000 divided by 500. How many times we need to place the order? 10 times. 10 times we need to place the order. Okay, it is less than 12 na. So in the next question, frequency of order. Frequency of order will be 12 months divided by 10 times. So 1.2 months. Okay, 1.2 means 0.2 into 30 if you do. 0.2 means not a full month. 0.2 month means it will be in a month. If you take 30 days into 0.2, it will be 1 month, 6 days we need to take. So frequency of orders will be after 1 month, 6 days you need to place another order. That is the frequency of order. Okay. Next question is what? Total ordering cost. Okay. I'm cleaning here. Number of orders is how many? 10 orders we need to make. So 10 orders. Okay. Into ordering cost per order rupees 125. So your total ordering cost will be 1250. This is your total ordering cost. Next in the question they have asked total carrying cost. How to get total carrying cost? Half of order size. Order size into carrying cost per annum we need to take. So half of ordering size is how much? Generally you are going to order EOQ. So 500 units you are going to order. So 500 units into carrying cost. C per unit is how much? Rupees 5. So 500 into 1/2 will be 250. 250 units into 5 rupees. It will be rupees 1250. I said earlier class also, your total ordering cost and total carrying cost will be equal at EOQ. Okay, till here I think there will not be any problem.
सर क्लियर नहीं है, थोड़ा क्लियर करो।
अच्छा, अभी कर रहा हूँ